Yes. So, very, very interesting here. So I have my door open, and I've got some neighbors, and I've never met them before, but they seem all right, like whatever. Anyways, so this car pulls up, and I've got my door open, and so I look, and it's a hippie. It's some hippie chick, and so I'm like, fuck, because I'm realizing like I don't like hippies, dude. I don't like hippies. So when you talk about symbols and symbolism, and you talk about like that symbols have meaning, like all these different, Freemasonic symbols and satanic symbols and all this stuff, that it has meaning, that it's like a red flag, right? Well, the whole persona of a hippie is the same thing as like seeing a Freemasonic symbol. And you may not agree with that, and I don't care. Because I already know. It's obvious. It's totally obvious. They're either a useful idiot or they're a fucking Freemason. Any and every, especially today. Any old school hippies from the 60s, they're all gone. They're either dead or elderly. Like it doesn't exist anymore. The true hippies from the 60s or whatever you think. But like modern day hippies, they're either Freemasons or they're useful idiots, and that's it, bottom line. So the whole persona of a hippie is a symbol of Freemasonry. It's like 100%, hands down. It's total just Freemasonry, right? So, and of course, people aren't going to believe this. And I just don't care. I don't, and that's the thing is, so when I first saw this hippie girl, I'm like, fuck. Because I have just an extreme prejudice now. I have an extreme prejudice. I don't like modern day hippies, because that's exactly what they are. They're just symbols of Freemasonry. They're either being a useful idiot or they're a willing participant in Freemasonry, and that's it. That's why I don't like DMT, all this popular commentary and stuff on DMT, like it's some wonder drug or something. That's all Freemasonry. That's all fucking Freemasonry and useful idiocy, and that's it. And I don't care. I can already hear all the naysayers that would want to come and try to explain how DMT you don't understand. I've heard this all before. And unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with. That like anytime you see a modern day hippie, they're that's a walking, living, breathing Freemasonic symbol. And whether it's because they're a useful idiot or they're a willing participant of Freemasonry, it's still nonetheless, either way, it's a walking, living, breathing Freemasonic symbol. So I see this girl and I'm just like, fuck, another fucking, I don't want nothing to do with any of these people. I don't want them around me. They're not up to no good. They're just up to no good constantly, nonstop. There's nothing peace or love or any of that shit about them at all. They're not at all about peace and love or anything that supposedly is what hippie is. It is pure Freemasonic fucking evil. That's all it is. They're just so anyways, so then I go to shut my door and I have it hooked outside. I have the door hooked so that it stays open so the wind won't blow it open. So I have to step outside to unhook my door to shut it. And sure enough, this gal is one of my psycho ex's friends, Facebook friends. I mean, they have like a friendly acquaintance between each other, but outside of that, because this hippie girl is like higher up on the hierarchy, whereas my psycho ex, she's not. Like this girl that I'm talking about that's here right now, she's got a massive Facebook following. She's like totally whores herself out. She's always showing pictures of her ass in some super tight spandex and some hippie gown, just hippie clothes, And all the only reason she's got so many followers is because she's just a thought. That's all she is, a thought, you know. And so all these guys, they're just following her because she's always showing pictures of her ass and shit. Like, she's just a fucking whore. But she has this same kind of self-proclaimed witch kind of thing, only it's Wiccan. She's much more like soft witch, like Wiccan. It's all just about, you know, rolling around and doing yoga so that I can open up my asshole and let it breathe, and, you know, just like dumb shit like that, you know. But that's why everybody flocks to her, because she likes to, you know, stick her fucking ass up in the air in some like really seductive yoga pants to open up the chakra of her asshole and stupid shit. Like, it's, you know, it's all the same dumb. But it's all Freemasonry nonetheless. Like, so she's just a walking, living, breathing symbol of Freemasonry, and that's what all these modern day hippies. They're all just brainwashed, like. And yeah, I doubt she recognizes me. She might recognize my vehicle. I'm not sure. But whatever the case, I don't want nothing to do it. And see, this is the thing. I'm out here in this town, and so it's hard to escape all of this. It's like, well, and that's part of the point, is you can't escape it. You think it's only happening in Hollywood. It's not happening next door. It's not your neighbor. It's not your sister or your nephew or your niece or your wife. No, it's all happening at P. Diddy's parties and, you know, and Epstein Islands. It's not happening right in your own. And that's what people don't understand is that it is happening. And if they open their eyes to it and really start to look for it, they're going to see that it's everywhere. It really is everywhere. And these hippie people, they're just another witch. It's just another witch that's hoping to, you know, get fame and fortune from selling their soul to, you know, to a Faust type being, some kind of Faustian pact to gain riches and fame, and they'll do just about anything. Like, the more they lust after this fortune and fame and stuff, the more they're willing to just do anything. Which is why I've kind of taken a vow of poverty myself in many ways. Like, I just, like, I don't want an extravagant life. I don't want fame. I have no interest in getting rich. Like, what am I going to do if I get rich? What would I do with all that money? Yeah, it sounds good. Like, you know, I could live more comfortably, whatever. But see, I lived on the street for 10 years. I've learned kind of how to live on less. Have you ever heard the term less is more? There's a lot of truth to that, you know. Less is more. This material shit that I have just in here, it all holds me back. It binds me. The more I get rid of this stuff, the more freedom I seem to experience. So I don't, you know, so I've kind of you know, committed to poverty, and also just accepting it, because I know the financial system is rigged. The only way to get ahead is to join the Illuminati and do all this stupid shit that all these people are selling out and doing. That's the only way to get to gain financial freedom. And financial freedom is a lie. The whole money system is a lie. But anyways, yeah, so this is what I got going on immediately right here. And like I said, she is loosely affiliated with my Psycho X. And she's like a self-proclaimed Wiccan, rolling around in the dirt, you know, blasting off on DMT. Everything is this, wow, everything is so, like, totally, you know. And I can't stand these people. I can't stand them. You know, there are a lot of different types of, like, Freemasons. Sometimes it's harder to tell. Sometimes it's easier to tell. And I'm telling you, with hippies, these people that dress up in hippie clothes and all this shit, they're just walking, living, breathing Freemasonic symbols. That's all they are. Whether it's out of stupidity and just being a useful idiot, or if they're just a willing participant of Freemasonic bullshit going on. And every season, every winter, you get a whole horde of these self-proclaimed hippies. They're just fake, you know. They're not even real hippies. They're just you get a whole horde of like living, breathing, walking Freemasonic symbols, just walking around like they're part of some cause or something, and they stand for nothing and no one except for themselves. They have no principles, no moral compass, no nothing. It's all fake, and they all pretend like they're about love and peace, and all this shit, and it's all just one big massive lie, dude. And when you look at the political aspect of it, the majority of these people, actually practically all of these so-called self-proclaimed liberals who walk around like a living, breathing, walking Freemasonic symbol, they're all liberals. They're just everything about the way they live. They're just they're a self-proclaimed liberal, So yeah, there is politics involved in this stuff. Unfortunately, I know it's nice to think that it's all two wings of the same bird and politics has nothing to do with any of this, but unfortunately, it just does. It's just you can trace a lot of this back and I'm not saying that conservative or trying to tell you what to think politically, but to think that politics has nothing to do with this kind of shit, you're just sorely mistaken. And when you start looking at the political aspect of it, the liberals are more evil. They just are. And you can say, well, the lesser of two evils is still evil. I don't care. I'd rather be around less evil people than more evil people. So yep, you can say that. You can say that all day. The less of two evils is still evil. I don't care. I would rather be around the less evil people than more evil people. And everyone is evil anyway. So you're not going to escape evil. Yeah.